Hello, everyone. Welcome back to CoffeeTime Podcast, the podcast that comes to you every Monday with podcast news, and every Thursday with a question to challenge yourself and challenge the loved ones or just individuals around you to really dive deep into, well, knock on that door and wait, what am I trying like knock on that door without being too abrasive to be like, hey, I really want to learn some more about you. So, in today's question, it is as follows. You ready for it, Justin?
Let's go.
All right, so let me pull it up here. All right, this week's question, number 4, from coming from the book of questions. If you could spend 1 year in perfect happiness, but afterwards remember nothing of the experience, would you do so? If not, why not? The floor is yours.
I wouldn't, cause here's why. I don't believe that perfect happiness really exists. I think in order to be happy, you have to have some contrast. Like the old saying, like you can't enjoy a sunny day without a rainy one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
So
it's saying that you've already experienced, you're choosing to have this perfect happiness. So I'm pretty
yeah,
sure this doesn't take away all those memories that or like cloudy days. This is giving you the opportunity to have 1 year of perfect happiness without remembering anything.
yeah, no, I wouldn't want that shit
Hmm.
at all. Like I would love to remember. Like if I don't even get to fucking remember it, like did it really even happen? Like it's like anyone with like amnesia, like they experience shit. Yeah, you experienced it, but did you really, like, you don't remember a fucking thing about it?
Yeah,
I
that
don't
is
know.
true.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
kind of like a tricky situation because it's like, whenever people, because, I don't believe in heaven, hell, or anything like that, but they talk about heaven, they're like, oh, there's no suffering, yada, yada. I'm like, but do you really want that? Like, how are you able to really be alive when you don't get to experience that stuff? Like, I do think that happiness isn't just like this, oh, it's always sunny. No, it has to coincide with like, okay, it's cloudy too. It's this and that. It's good and bad, and that's what creates it because how do you know one sensation if you've never experienced the other one? You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of like the art of comparison in a way, where if I I read a lot of articles based on we talked about this depression, anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
and the difference between mental depression and physical depression. And if you have a combination of both, man, it is a steering pot of just fucking calamity. Like it's just so much pain there. So
Mm-hmm.
the rise of social media caused a rise of depression in the preteen to 13, or actually studies say from 11 to
Mm-hmm.
about 34 35. It is rose like somewhere up to like, I've seen studies where it's like 60 to 70%, some it's like 700%. And I feel like that's because we have a way where we can pick up this device, right? Boom, and I can compare my life to everything. Like I
Yeah.
can compare. Oh, look at this. Jake Paul has $20 million. I don't have $20 million.
Yeah.
This celebrity's doing this, and I can't go there. And then it comes into this weird competitive nature where we're just like fighting each other. Like I need to compare, or I need to get that self approval. So I feel like that's the dangerous of comparison, and it feels weird, right? Where if you need to compare your life to someone else just to be happy, I feel like you really need to reevaluate your life, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Because I used to do that all the time. Like I had to watch an old channel I used to watch is TFIL, and it'd be like them traveling, doing all this cool shit. And like, of course, seeing Instagram, like, people, oh, hashtag Bali, shit like that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, man, here I am, fucking
Stuck
with a
on a boat.
mortgage, broke as fuck, in the military. But at the same time, like, I'm grateful for the shit that I've, been through, the places I've gotten to see and everything like that. But, everyone's going to compare, like, even the people that, I grew up with, like I kind of compare my life with theirs every now and then. Not, oh, am I happier than them, but I'm like, I wonder what I could have done differently and how my life would have changed. And that just fucks you so hard to where it's like, okay, well, this person has a college degree and is starting a business. Here I am, fucking check by check, having to, live doing all this shit. So it's just, yeah, it's just weird whenever you do that type of stuff.
But if you could go 1 year in perfect happiness, so
Nah.
how about let me rephrase this question for you, okay?
Okay.
So you're saying that you wouldn't do this, and you explained why not, because if it happened and but you can't remember it, did it really happen? Was it
Yeah.
really worth it? I feel like you honor or you value um like actual experiences over the memories that well no, you value the memories that remain from the product than the actual experience.
Yeah.
Am I fair
Yeah.
to say that? Okay, so how about this? Is there a moment in your life, and this is for the listener as well, that you experienced that you thought that this was perfect happiness, and then something tragically happened? We could say you're traveling with your friend, and you guys are living a life and everything like that, and someone gets hurt, or that friend passes away during the trip, or whatever, or you're in a relationship and you feel like the world is yours with this one person. You found your soulmate and they end up leaving you. Stuff like that. So would you take this question and kind of flip it in a way of like, if you could go back and erase that 1 year of perfect happiness that you thought was happiness because you reminisce about them and you feel pain now, would you do that? Would you choose to forget about them?
No, and here's why. I've always been a huge believer that the stuff that happened to me in the past has shaped who I am today.
Yeah, I completely
And
agree.
and so, I've had to, there there's been plenty of times where, of course, my past a little bit about, my depression, shit like that, things I've tried doing to myself. I don't want to, full detail, but shit like that has kind of like shaped me into what I am today and how I act today and how I think about things to where is like, was it really that painful? Like, I've lost friends, I've caught people like cheating on me, like in the act of actually doing it, stuff like that.
Oh wow.
And it was like the hardest pain. Like, I thought I was going to die. But then now I'm look back at it and does it still hurt? Yeah, but at the same time it's like, you know what? If I had chosen to do something stupid or to do that, then I wouldn't have experienced what I experienced now. And those decisions and those actions shaped me into a way where I was able to, instead of going left, I went right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's such a weird thing because like if we go into this huge like if I had only done this, what would have happened? Like whenever I met my wife, if I had just decided to go to sleep instead of hanging out with my friend, would everything have changed? Like really,
Oh,
that's how weird it
like
was.
butterfly effect type of
Yeah,
thing.
because
Yeah.
I think about the night that me and my wife hung out for the very first time. Like, I was dead tired. I was just like, "Fuck, I want to sleep." But then my friend's like, "Hey, me and Maria are hanging out. Do you want to hang out with us?" I was like, "Fuck, I'm tired, but yeah, let me just go see what's going on."
Hmm.
So and then I wonder, I'm like, what would have happened if I had just fallen asleep? Like, would my life be completely different? And it's
Who
such
knows?
a
Yeah.
weird. That is such a weird. That's why I think that there are different versions of a universe that happen because it's so weird
Okay, so
how
like
one.
parallels in a way.
Yeah, like there has to be parallels, and I think that's where deja vu comes into place, where like some of those parallels overlap at least in some way.
Okay.
Like this is going like huge conspiracy
I know,
theory.
right? But these are like this is what's so great about these questions. Like it lets you knock on that door, and then like they kind of open and be like, "Yeah, I guess I can open up a little bit," because they're not like just direct. Like, tell me who hurt you. Like why are you sad? Like, you just kind of ease into it. But yeah, keep going, keep going.
But yeah, so as far as like, going back into racing things, I would. I mean, there's stuff that hurts and there's stuff that sometimes I wish I could forget, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I had to experience that in order to be who I am today. And it's also a weird thing. Like, what if I did erase that, and I'm better than who I am right now? Like, you'll never know. You don't get to, you know, visualize. Okay, this is how I would turn out, and I get to choose that life.
Yeah.
Like that's just not. You don't get to preview everything that happens before you do it. Like, I can't think. okay, 2 minutes later, if I do this, do this, do this, it'll lead to these different scenarios.
Yeah,
You don't
for
get
sure.
to do that.
So this is what I would say. So how my take on this question, right? So if
Mhm.
I could spend 1 year in perfect happiness, but afterwards you remember nothing, nothing of the experience, would I do so? And if not, why not? Of course, I would not. I think we talk about this all the time about, hey man, you remember this, you remember that, and like just getting together and just reminiscing and then planning events based on your past. Like, hey, you remember when we did that? That was so fun. We should do that again. Or you remember when we went here and we ate at this restaurant and we met those crazy people? We should go there again. Like it's your experiences from the past set up your future. Like
Yeah.
completely. They're cornerstones for you to build more and build more walls and everything like that. Or build a path that you can walk in the future. So that's a major reason why I wouldn't do it. But the question is just like it's written strangely in a way. It was just like if you could spend 1 year, if you, only you. So you are only in perfect happiness and you are the one that's going to forget it. What if your perfect happiness, Justin? What if it's just fucking destructive to everyone else in your family? And then you
Yeah.
forget about it and then you're just like, what's going on? And everyone's like, dude, I don't ever want to be around you. I don't
Yeah.
ever want to talk to you again. You did this, you did that. You've done so many terrible things in 365 days this year. It has been disgusting. I can't even because like we really think we know ourselves, but how shocked are you when you're going through some sticks and everything like that, and Maria just comes up and she just kind of like she says something that just clicks, and it makes you feel like, wow, dude, you know me more than I know me. In
Yeah.
a way,
Yeah.
I have that experience with certain friends and then with my sister as well, like where I'm like, damn. And then you have to think to yourself, like, huh, do I really know myself? Which you do because it's just a steady, you're steadily learning about yourself and the people around you. But some
Yeah.
people, when you have all those eyes on you, they can probably help you do things. So, what is your perfect happiness? I don't know what my perfect happiness is, honestly.
Yeah. I
But
mean, what if fucking
I don't
perfect
think I
happiness
want
is
to.
you doing heroin and like snorting cocaine off a polar bear? You know?
Exactly, and then I forget about it, and then next thing you know, I have no one to love and or to care for me because I just destroyed it. That's a
Yeah.
way where this question can go in. So I wouldn't do it. And then like if I look at like the sub questions, which is more important, actual experiences or the memories that remain when the experiences are over? Of course, dude, we talked about that reminiscing effect. It's so nice. Just we do it all the time, or like I do it with Tim, I do it with Thomas, or we're just like talking like, man, you remember when we did this? We should do that.
Yeah.
Like our past allow us to build future plans. And then what if it was a terrible experience, right? And then it's like, okay, I'm not doing that again. Not doing that again at all. And everything. So I think that's my take on it. But it is an interesting question because you can really just go deep with it in a way.
Yeah, and you could go really nihilistic with it as well, because I mean, the idea of death, you don't get to have your memories after you, or at least I don't know. I've never died before. I don't
Yeah.
know what
Well,
happens.
did you check out the last question episode, my cousin?
Yeah,
Uh-huh, did you? Well, he
no, I
oh, that's
have no
wild.
idea, bro.
That's wild. It's
I'm
so
like, what was the last thing that happened? But yeah, I remember you were talking about the if you had died and everything like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. If you would you have any regrets or whatever, and why haven't you told that person? So my cousin, just to fill you in, since I support your hot podcast news segment, and you
Oh,
don't support
okay.
the question segment, but just want to know.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, what happened? Calvin was technically dead. He wasn't brain dead, but like heart stopped and everything for
Mhm.
11 minutes. And he kind of showed he kind of well no, he didn't kind of he went to what we would assume is purgatory and everything like that. And if you guys like just pause this podcast right here and go back to what is that? This is episode 20. What is this? Episode 28, I think, or 27?
Let me check.
Yeah,
We
we
don't
do too
even
many.
keep track of
We
our
do too many.
shit. So this will be 28.
Yeah, go back to episode 25. Episode 25
Yeah,
and
if
listen
you
to
died,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a really great podcast with my cousin Calvin. it was a traumatic event in my life because I thought I lost someone that I loved dearly, but it changed him in such a way that it made him grow tenfold. I was so shocked that it didn't crush him. But yeah, you should go back and watch that, Justin, since
Yeah,
this is
I think
your
I think the
podcast
only
too.
reason why I didn't look at it is because I thought it's something that we did. Because we talk about this topic a lot, like
Yeah.
because that's one of my biggest fears is that and not knowing what
Wait.
happened
I
after.
know why you didn't watch it actually. It's coming to me because you a hoe.
Wow.
That's why.
Okay, we on all this shit. Okay. Crazy.
Of course, of course. Do you disagree?
Bro, this is why K and J broke up. Okay.
Do you really
Stop.
want to bring this up again? You know why K and J broke up? Because I was being a hoe too. So we were just both hoeing.
We were both hosts, and then we came into coffee time.
Yeah. Great edge. I'm really enjoying this one. But yeah, I think. Or do we have anything else on the question here?
No, I mean, it's kind of a hard question to answer because I think about movies where like people get this opportunity to change their lives and everything for the better, and sometimes it ruins it for other people. Like, did you really have
Exactly.
these experiences? Did you, you're not friends with this person that you were friends with because you changed one thing, or the person that truly loved you for who you were no longer exists, or this thing. Like, there's so much variables that it's kind of like time travel in a sense. Like, there's so many repercussions with going back and changing a certain thing instead of just living the moment and continuing to be on the path that you're on.
Doesn't it make you feel a little like a little like
Insignificant.
not insignificant, but like I was gonna say like just when you hear about people losing their memories and experience like dementia, Alzheimer's,
Oh, yeah,
and
my grandma.
did your grandmother went through that?
Yeah, dude, she had dementia, so it was hard because she, of course, would look at me and just not know who I was, and even her own son, like she didn't know who he was, and it was such like a hard thing because I was younger, so I didn't really understand. I was just like, okay, it's kind of annoying, this and that, whatever. But I'm going to hell for this one. I remember one time my grandma gave me some money. She was like, "Hey, this is for you, your brother, and your
Justin,
sister."
no. Oh
And
my
so I took
God.
it, and then like 5 minutes later, she's like, "Oh, did I give you your money?" I was like, "No." So I kept taking it, and I bought a cell phone, and bro, I'm the worst person, bro. Did that just
You
change your?
know I have a soft heart for grandmothers. You know
Yeah,
that.
I know.
And that's
Bro,
just terrible.
I was so terrible. But yeah, she had that, and like it's scary because like my dad has always told me like if that ever happens, he doesn't want to live anymore because like what's the point when you don't even remember
Yeah, it's
anything?
yeah, it's just scary. It makes you realize that, we there's tons of more like 2020 has allowed us like well the development of stem cells and how they're using that to correct dementia or memory loss has been
Hmm.
farly advanced from 2000s or like 1980s to the 2020s and in 30 years. So in 50 years when we get fucking old. Wait, hold on. I'll be oh, dude, if I make it, I'll be 70s. How old am I? 76. Like I'll be 76, dude, in 50 years. So I hope that, I'm going to have like a robotic eye, probably a robotic hand, some crazy enhancements where I still look this age or I can go back to this age and live fucking forever and don't experience dementia or anything.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna live forever. I just want to fucking die.
Oh, okay. Well, damn.
I don't think
Well,
we were meant to live forever, but that will be a different topic for a different podcast.
yeah, but okay, I could just like oh yeah, we'll leave it there. All right, so we'll end it on this one. So that was today's podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Use this question to just get to know your coworkers, yourself, or just ask yourself. Comment below on on what your opinion of your perfect happiness is, and we'll comment back. Justin, you got any closing statements?
No. Usually, like, there's like a huge inspirational speech at the end, but no, it's just I'm curious to see what y'all think about it because everyone has different mindset about this type of stuff. Like they'd be like, "Oh hell yeah, I'd change it."
Yeah.
So I'm curious.
All right, so from Coffee Time. Oh, my bad. Hold on. Dude, when I was shouting out for the Thankful Podcast people, um, I forgot to shout out United Kingdom. Thank you guys. United Kingdom. I actually got a little backlash. Did you get a message on Instagram about this?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't
I
get
got
shit.
dude. Someone hit me up from the United Kingdom, was like, "Fuck you, mate." I was like, I'm not gonna say their tag, but I was like, "Damn, okay,
Oh
I'll
wait, that's not
shout you
United
out."
Kingdom.
Say again?
Nothing, you didn't hear what I did.
I did not. Anyway, you know what? We out. Bye bye.